You guys ready to see what I got this week? Alright, well let's get started. Alright guys, so as you guys saw, it got rained out this weekend, so I hit up the local thrift stores here in San Diego. And I wasn't having much luck. I did find a store at the very end where I scored a bunch of Dreamcast games. But before I get to the ones that I picked up, real quick, I got tagged by a fellow YouTuber by the name of Nintenjoel, who lives up there in the northern area up in, I believe, Portland, Oregon, I want to say. Somewhere up there in Oregon. But I got tagged and I was told by Nintenjoel to pick 5 of my most nostalgic games that brings me back to the day when I was a kid playing my good old Nintendo games, the games that mean the most to me. So real quick, let me show you the games that mean the most to me, which of course are going to be my NES games. The first one, because I love my shoot 'em ups, gotta go with Life Force. Hard as fuck, but definitely a lot of fun, especially when you use the Konami code. Up, up, down, down, left, right, BA, start. I used to love to play the crap out of this one, Mike Tyson's Punch-Out! And yes, I beat Mike Tyson. I did. Can't do it these days, but I beat him back in the day plenty of times. This one was actually a really good port. I used to play the crap out of this one, and this one was actually kind of hard to beat on the NES version. But what I used to do when I was a kid was I would set up my Nintendo Advantage joystick to where I would be constantly holding the B button down, so I'm constantly strike with the dagger sword. And the people kept coming. I would strike, and I would build up my score. Well, after so many points, you get a free life. So what I would do is I would set it up before I go to school, come home, and instead of having only 3 lives, I would have about 30 lives. And it made it very easy to go through this game, which is always not the easiest, but definitely a lot of fun to play. And that was Russian Attack. Love this game. And the next game that's very, very nostalgic to me is Rygar. I used to play this game all the time in the arcade or at the movie theaters. They would have it in the concession stand area or whatever in the front. And I would definitely play a couple games of these before the movie started. A lot of fun. Love playing this on the Nintendo. If you've never tried it, give it a try. It's definitely an awesome platformer. And the last game that I'm going to show was a game called Trojan. Not the condom, the video game. The cool thing about this game was kind of on the short side. There was only like 5 levels. But the cool thing was there was a lot of times you would play it, you beat it, and the next time you couldn't do it again. You know, it'd be a couple times you can't do it, but then you beat it again, you beat it again. Definitely a lot of fun. Short game, but cool to play. Alright, so these are my nostalgia top 5s. That was really hard to do, just top 5. If I could have, I would have done at least a top 10. Because there's definitely a lot of good titles for the NES system. I'll leave a link down below for you guys to check out Nintenjoel. Tell him Fluffy Gamer sent you. He's got a really cool channel. He's always finding a bunch of cool stuff up there in Oregon. I'm a little jelly that he lives up there in Oregon. Let's get to my pickups for this week. As you guys saw, I picked up a bunch of Dreamcast games. And I only paid $1 a piece. That was pretty cool. Because at first, I didn't think that I was going to find shit this week. But that last store that I hit up definitely made up for it. So the first game that I got is Hydro Thunder. Very cool arcade game. I used to string this machine up in the arcade, and I would play it for hours and hours and hours. Especially at my brother's Round Table Pizza that he used to manage. That was one of the games that he had, and I would sit in there for hours on 1/4. The next one that I got, I'm pretty sure I have already, but that is Soul Calibur. Great game to have. This one that I picked up, I also have on the PlayStation 1. I thought about not picking it up, but I figured, screw it for $1. Why not? And that is Tycoon 2. Not really my type of game, but definitely cool to add to the collection. This one right here, Toy Commander. looks kind of cool, kind of interesting, and definitely worth way more than $1. The next one I picked up, you guys know I love my racing games, so I had to pick this one up, Test Drive Le Mans. Test Drive. The next one I got is another racing game. It's called Sega Rally Championship. Bam. I always love my racing games, so definitely had to pick that one up. I didn't have that one. And this one I picked up, I believe I have it for GameCube, PlayStation 2, and now I have it for the Dreamcast. And that is Crazy Taxi.
Don't freak out on me.
I'll watch it, you fool.
Definitely a lot of fun to play this game. But now let's get to the real question for this week's Fluffy Gamer Show. As you guys saw, the very first thrift store I went to, they had a copy of Super Mario All-Stars / Super Mario World for $30. Now, that actually is a pretty good deal, but I've been trying to find it in the wild for a little bit cheaper, and I noticed they've actually gone up. They're worth about $45 to $50 depending on condition these days. I went back to the store and, well, just watch this real quick.
Okay.
Is 30 the best you guys can do on that? Can you go like maybe 25?
Yeah, I'll do 25.
Okay, cool. That's right. For $25, I now have a copy of Super Mario All-Stars Super Mario World.
Oh yeah.
Hell yeah. $25, I could not pass that up. This week almost went from a really shitty hunting video to actually a pretty decent week. So I only spent $32. I stayed under my budget, and I'm happy. I'm happy this week. And also, as you guys saw last week, that Tyco RC tumbler that I got, I'm going to try and get at least $200 for it. So that's going to do it for this week, guys. I'm your host. I'm your boy. I'm the Fluffy Gamer. And I will see you guys next time. Why, thank you. I wanna touch you all over till the night closes in. Till the night closes in. That wasn't me.